5 months pregnant. The garage door opens at 2:47 a.m. and Zara freezes. She's curled behind a stack of moving boxes in the corner of the pristine 3-car garage, her jacket pulled over her swollen belly, trying to make herself invisible. The overhead light floods the space, and she hears footsteps, measured, deliberate, expensive shoes on concrete. "Come out." The voice is male, Korean accented, absolutely calm. "I know you're here." Zara's heart hammers. She should run, but her feet are swollen, her back aches, and honestly, she's so tired of running. She stands slowly, hands raised. "I'm leaving. I just needed somewhere warm for the night." The man standing by a black Range Rover is younger than she expected, maybe 32, 33. Sharp suit despite the hour. Dark eyes that assess her with unsettling precision. His gaze drops to her belly, and something flickers across his face. "When did you eat last?" he asks. Of all the questions she expected, that wasn't one. "I'm fine." "That's not what I asked." "Yesterday morning." The lie tastes bitter. He pulls out his phone, types something. "Come inside." "I don't need." "You're pregnant and sleeping in a garage in November." "Yes, you do." He's already walking toward a door that connects to the house. "I'm Jae-won. This is my property. You can come inside and eat, or you can leave and I'll have my security team find you a shelter. Your choice." Zara should absolutely leave. Should not follow this strange man into his house at 3 in the morning. Her stomach growls loudly enough that he hears it. She follows. 6 months earlier, the restaurant kitchen is chaos and heat and the smell of searing meat. Zara plates the final order of her double shift, her chef's whites soaked with sweat. 16 hours today, 12 yesterday. She's been the headline cook at Seoul's hottest fusion restaurant for 8 months, and she's finally saving money. Table 7 sent compliments. Her sous chef grins. Said the short rib was transcendent. "Tell them I said thanks." Zara peels off her apron, checks her phone. 3 texts from her boyfriend Marcus. "Where are you?" "Need to talk. Call me." They've been together for months. He's an English teacher at an international school, charming and attentive and always slightly broke. She doesn't mind covering dinner sometimes. He says he's waiting on a big contract payment. She calls him on the subway home. "Hey, sorry, insane shift. What's up? We should talk in person." His voice is strange. Tight. "Marcus, I'm exhausted. Just tell me." Silence. Then, "I'm going back to the States. Tomorrow." The subway car suddenly feels airless. "What?" "I got in some trouble. Money stuff. I need to disappear for a while." He's talking fast now, nervous. "I'm sorry, Z. You're amazing, but I can't explain. I have to go." "What kind of trouble?" "The kind where people get hurt if I stay." "I'm sorry. I really am." He hangs up. Zara stares at her phone, numb. For months. She was careful. She didn't give him money, didn't let him move in, oh God. She does the math. The missed period she blamed on stress. The exhaustion she attributed to double shifts. The nausea she thought was from tasting dishes all day. No. She buys 3 pregnancy tests on the way home. Takes them all positive. 3 months later, "I'm sorry, but we're downsizing." Her restaurant manager won't meet her eyes. "We have to let you go." Zara's been showing for 3 weeks. She knew this was coming, but it still feels like a punch. "I'm your best line cook. It's a business decision." "I'm sorry." She cleans out her locker in silence. The other kitchen staff hug her, slip her cash they can't afford to spare, promise to keep in touch. But they all know the truth. Foreign workers in Korea are expendable. Pregnant foreign workers doubly so. She burns through her savings in 6 weeks. Rent, food, prenatal vitamins, the deposit on a tiny new apartment after her landlord decides not to renew her lease. She applies everywhere, but restaurants don't want pregnant cooks. Cafes don't want pregnant servers. By month 4 of her pregnancy, she's behind on rent. By month 5, she's evicted. She tries shelters, but they're full. She spends 3 nights on the subway, riding the circular line all night, trying to stay warm. On the 4th night, she finds the nice neighborhood in Hanam-dong, the quiet street, the house with the gates slightly ajar. The garage is unlocked, empty except for moving boxes and that pristine Range Rover. She tells herself just one night. Now Jae-won's kitchen looks like something from an architecture magazine. Marble, stainless steel, space for days. He gestures to a bar stool. "Sit." Zara sits, too exhausted to argue. He moves through the kitchen with surprising efficiency, pulling ingredients from a refrigerator that probably costs more than her entire former apartment. Within 15 minutes, he's plating soup, rice, banchan, grilled fish. Eat, he says, setting it in front of her. The first bite makes her eyes water. She doesn't realize she's crying until he slides a napkin across the counter. Thank you, she whispers. He doesn't respond, just watches her eat with that same unsettling focus. When she finishes, he refills her water. The baby's father, he asks quietly. Gone. 6 months ago. Didn't know I was pregnant. Family. My mom died when I was 19. Dad's somewhere in Florida with his new family. We don't talk. Jae-won leans against the counter, studying her. You're a chef. Can't exactly work 9 months pregnant with no legal support. What's your name? Zara. Zara Mitchell. Something shifts in his expression, recognition, maybe? But he just nods. You can stay tonight. Guest room upstairs. Tomorrow, we'll figure out the rest. I don't need charity. It's not charity. His voice is firm. You're pregnant and homeless. I have 7 empty bedrooms. The math is simple. Why would you help me? For the first time, his careful control cracks slightly. Because 6 months ago, someone should have helped you. And they didn't. The guest room has a view of the Han River and a bed that feels like sleeping on clouds. Zara wakes at noon, disoriented, to sun streaming through floor-to-ceiling windows. There's a note on the nightstand in neat handwriting. Bathroom through the door on your left. Take your time. JW. The bathroom has prenatal vitamins on the counter. Her sighs. Her chest tightens. She showers, puts on the same clothes from yesterday, and ventures downstairs. The house is silent except for the hum of expensive appliances. She finds fresh coffee, pastries on the counter, another note. Eat. I'll be home at 6. She shouldn't stay. This is crazy. She doesn't know this man. But her baby kicks, gentle flutter against her ribs, and Zara thinks, one more day. Just until I figure out a plan. Jae-won comes home at 6:15 with groceries and a quiet question. Preferences? They cook together, or rather, she cooks while he chops vegetables with surprising precision. He doesn't ask invasive questions, doesn't expect her to explain her whole story, just asks what she needs, whether she's comfortable, if the room temperature is okay. Over dinner, she finally asks, what do you do? Import-export. His expression is carefully neutral. My family's business. That's vague. It's meant to be. He meets her eyes. I'm not a good man, Zara, but I'm not going to hurt you. She should be scared. Instead, she's curious. Why are you helping me? I told you, the real reason. He's silent for a long moment, turning his wine glass. 3 years ago, my sister was pregnant. Her boyfriend left. Our family is traditional. They wanted her to get married quickly to someone appropriate. She refused. They cut her off. His voice is carefully controlled. She ended up in a shelter. By the time I found her, she'd lost the baby from stress and malnutrition. She won't speak to me now. Blames me for not finding her sooner. That's not your fault, isn't it? His smile is bitter. I was so busy with the family business, so focused on proving myself, I didn't notice she was suffering. So when I saw you in my garage, pregnant and alone. He trails off. Maybe I can't fix what happened with my sister, but I can help you. Zara's throat is tight. I'm sorry. About your sister. So am I. She stays. Days become a week. Jae-won is barely there. Leaves before she wakes. Comes home late. But he keeps the kitchen stocked with her favorite foods. Leaves prenatal appointment reminders. Asks quiet questions about how she's feeling. On day 8, she finds him on the phone in his study, speaking rapid Korean. His voice is cold, threatening. She catches words she recognizes. Payment, deadline, consequences. When he sees her, he switches to English immediately. I'll call you back. Hangs up. Did you need something? Who are you really? Jae-won sighs. Come in. Close the door. She does. My family runs one of the oldest syndicates in Seoul, he says bluntly. Protection, information, enforcement. I handle the financial side. Legal and otherwise. You're a criminal. Yes. No apology. I'm also the person keeping you and your baby safe. Those things can both be true. Zara should pack her bag. Should walk out. Instead, she asks, am I in danger here? No. My home is separate from business. No one touches what's mine. I'm not yours. His eyes are dark, intense. You're under my protection. In my world, that's the same thing. And what do you want in return? Nothing. He stands, crosses to her. I'm not keeping you here as payment for some debt, Zara. You can leave whenever you want. But while you're here, you're safe. That's non-negotiable. 2 weeks later, Zara's in the kitchen when 3 men in suits walk in unannounced. The youngest looks vaguely like Jae-won. Same sharp features, different energy. He grins when he sees her. You must be the pregnant woman my brother's been hiding. I'm not hiding anyone. Jae-won appears from his office, voice sharp. And you weren't invited, Tae-man. Family doesn't need invitations. The older man, silver-haired and cold-eyed, studies Zara with obvious distaste. So, this is why you've been distracted. Uncle, not now. You're housing a pregnant foreigner. People are talking. Let them talk. She's a liability. A distraction from your responsibilities. Zara's hands clench. She's heard this her whole life. That she's too much, too inconvenient, too present. She starts to leave, give them space. Zara, stay. Jae-won's voice cuts through the room. To his uncle. She's a guest in my home. You'll speak respectfully, or you'll leave. The uncle's face darkens. You're choosing some woman over family duty? I'm choosing basic human decency. Novel concept, I know. The confrontation escalates into rapid Korean. Tae-man tries to mediate, but the uncle storms out, throwing a final barb that makes Jae-won's jaw clench. When they're alone, Zara asks, what did he say? That I'm weak. That my sister's situation taught me nothing. He's staring out the window, shoulders rigid. That I'm repeating her mistakes by caring about someone powerless. Maybe I should go? I don't want to cause problems with her family. He turns, and the intensity in his eyes stops her breath. You're not going anywhere. My uncle doesn't dictate who I protect. Why does this matter so much to you? Because you're 7 months pregnant, and you were sleeping in a garage. His voice cracks slightly. Because you make dinner and leave me a plate even though I'm barely home. Because you're kind and brave, and you deserve better than being called a liability. Something shifts between them, awareness, tension, the weight of proximity. Jae-won, his phone rings. He answers in clipped Korean, then his expression changes. When? How many? He's already moving. I'll be there in 20 minutes. What's wrong? Situation at one of our warehouses. I have to go. He hesitates. Lock the doors after me. Don't answer for anyone. I'll have security outside. I'll be fine. He cups her face briefly. The first time he's touched her beyond steadying her elbow on stairs. Stay safe. Then he's gone, and Zara's left wondering when this became more than charity. She's reading in bed when she hears it, breaking glass downstairs. Voices. Her blood goes cold. She grabs her phone, texts Jae-won, someone's in the house. Then she locks the bedroom door and prays. The bedroom door shutters under a heavy impact. Zara backs toward the window, phone clutched in her shaking hand. She's 7 months pregnant, alone, and absolutely terrified. The door splinters. 2 men force their way in, not Jae-won's people. Their eyes are cold, purposeful. Calm Jae-won's woman. One says in heavily accented English. You come with us. I'm nobody. I'm just. He grabs her arm, and muscle memory from her Atlanta childhood kicks in. Zara drives her elbow into his throat, stops his instep, breaks free. She makes it 3 steps before the other man catches her, careful around her belly, but restraining her efficiently. Don't hurt, baby, he says. Just need you for message. The sound of approaching cars screeches outside. Then gunfire, sharp, brief. The men freeze. The bedroom window explodes inward as Jae-won comes through it. He's not the controlled man from dinner conversations. He's something unleashed, moves with lethal precision, disarming the first man with brutal efficiency. The second releases Zara to defend himself, and Jae-won puts him down in seconds. Then he's pulling Zara against his chest, hands running over her frantically. Are you hurt? The baby. We're okay. We're okay. More men fled the room. His security team. Jae-won barks orders in Korean while keeping Zara tucked against him. Someone gives him a report. His expression goes absolutely murderous. Get them out of here, he says quietly. Then find out who sent them. To Zara, we're leaving. Now. The safe house is a penthouse across the city, smaller than his home, but no less luxurious. Jae-won doesn't speak during the car ride, just keeps her hand in his, thumb stroking her knuckles. Inside, he finally exhales. I'm sorry. This is my fault. How is this your fault? My uncle. He hired them. To prove a point about distractions. His voice is raw with fury. He could have killed you. Could have killed your baby. But he didn't. I'm safe. You were sleeping in my garage a month ago because you had nowhere else to go, and I brought you into this. He runs a hand through his hair. I should have kept my distance. Should have just given you money for an apartment. Not what? Not let myself care. The confession hangs between them. Not started looking forward to coming home. Not memorized how you take your tea and what makes you laugh, and the way confrontation happens at a neutral location. A private restaurant where Seoul's syndicate families settle disputes. Jae-won walks in with Zara at his side. Very visibly pregnant. Very deliberately present. His uncle's face purples with rage. You bring her here? To family business. She is my business. Jae-won's voice carries through the room. Last week, you hired men to kidnap her. To make a point about my focus, let me make mine. He places a folder on the table. Evidence, documents, financial records. This is everything connecting you to illegal operations the family doesn't sanction. Skimming profits. Unauthorized hits. Building your own power base. The room goes deadly silent. I've been investigating for 2 years, Jae-won continues. Waiting for you to make a move significant enough to justify removing you. Threatening a pregnant woman? That's significant. His uncle lunges. Jae-won doesn't flinch. His men restrain the older man while he thrashes, spewing threats. You're expelled from family operations, Jae-won says calmly. Effective immediately. Your accounts are frozen. Your contacts have been informed. You have 72 hours to leave Seoul. You can't. I already have. The council voted this morning. Unanimously. Taemin steps forward, addressing the room. My brother has led our family's expansion into legitimate business. Tripled our revenue. Kept our people safe. If protecting one pregnant woman makes him weak, I'd hate to see him strong. The other families murmur agreement. Jae-won's uncle realizes he's lost, and something in him crumples. She's not even carrying your child. He spits as a final insult. No, Jae-won agrees. But she's carrying a child who'll be raised with honor, protection, and love. He'll never wonder if they matter. That's worth more than blood. They leave together, Zara's hand in his. 2 months later, Jae-won is in the delivery room when Zara gives birth to a healthy baby girl. He holds her daughter while Zara recovers. This tiny human who has his protection written into every legal document he could draft. Adoption papers are already filed. This baby will have his name, his resources, his unwavering devotion. She's perfect, he whispers. Zara watches him. This dangerous man turned gentle, cradling her daughter like she's made of starlight. Thank you. For all of this. For us. I should be thanking you. He brings the baby to her. You taught me that strength isn't walls. It's opening the door when someone needs shelter. Even when they're sleeping in your garage. Especially then. They marry quietly 6 months later. Small ceremony. Just Taemin and a few trusted friends. Zara wears blue silk, and her daughter babbles from Taemin's arms through the vows. A year after that, Zara opens her restaurant. Small, intimate, serving fusion cuisine that blends her southern roots with Korean techniques. Jae-won handles the business side. Their daughter toddles through the kitchen, already tasting everything, already fearless. She's going to be trouble, Zara says, watching her daughter charm the prep cooks. She comes by it honestly. Jae-won pulls his wife close. Her mother once survived on determination and broke into my garage. I didn't break in. The door was unlocked. Semantics. And her father runs half of Seoul's underground. Allegedly, he grins. Their life isn't without complications. There are still threats, still political maneuvering within the syndicate world. But Jae-won keeps his promise. Zara and their daughter are never alone in it. He builds legitimate businesses to ensure their future. He teaches their daughter both Korean and English, tells her she can be anything, chef, scholar, syndicate boss, all three. On their daughter's 3rd birthday, Zara finds Jae-won on the penthouse balcony, watching the city lights. Thinking about something, she asks, wrapping her arms around him. About timing. How if you'd chosen a different garage, a different night, I never would have found you. The universe has a weird sense of humor. The universe gave me everything. He turns, kisses her softly. A partner. A daughter. A reason to be better than I was. You were always good. You just needed someone to see it. And you needed somewhere safe to sleep. She laughs. Best worst decision I ever made. Their daughter runs out, demanding cake, and they follow her inside to a home full of warmth and noise and love. Zara thinks about the scared, pregnant woman sleeping behind boxes, convinced she'd reached her lowest point. She had no way of knowing that rock bottom was actually a foundation, and the man who found her there would help her build something beautiful. Jae-won thinks about the sister he couldn't save and the woman he could. How redemption sometimes looks like an unlocked garage door and a stranger brave enough to walk through it. How family isn't always blood. Sometimes it's choice, commitment, showing up every single day. They chose each other. Keep choosing each other. And that makes all the difference.